Hello, everybody. I think it's probably just Lauren, maybe one other. Thanks for joining this morning for yoga stretch. We're just going to do a light stretching, kind of flow a little bit, about 30 minutes or so to get our day ready. All right, so I have my niece with me today, Elena. The camera's up there. So she's going to be assisting in our yoga. So if you have a mat or a towel or something, you're going to use that today. Just something under your knees if you're on a hard floor for when we get going. We're going to start on our hands and knees for cat-cow. So hands right under the shoulders, knees right under the hips, the tops of your feet are down on the ground. We're just going to start with an inhale, arch your back, lift your chest. And then exhale, round. Tuck your chin, tuck your tail, push away from the floor. And then inhale, arch. Exhale, round. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Back to a neutral spine position. You're going to go into hip leans. Just lean over to the left as far as you can into your left hip. So most of your weight is going to be on your left leg or knee. And then over to the right. Push into the side and slightly back towards your heels. Feel that stretch in your glutes. Back to the center and over to the left. And center to the right. One more time on each side. Over to the left. And to the right. All right, back to the center. Now tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips, go into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide. Push your chest through so your ears are lined up with your biceps. Let's bend one knee at a time, so alternating legs, pushing down into your heel. Feeling that stretch in the back of your legs. Just a few more. All right, now bring your knees down to the mat. Widen them out to the edge of your mat. Bring your toes together and we're going to push back into child's pose. Hips right over the heels, arms are out straight. Try to let your chest fall through. Just breathe here. You can rest your forehead on the ground. Walk both hands over to the left as far as you can without moving your hips until you feel that stretch in the right side of your body. Back to the center, and then bring them over to the right. Keeping your hips low to your heels. then back to the center. We're going to bring it back up to our hands and knees so we can go into downward dog again. So tuck the toes, lift the hips high, downward dog. From here, we're going to lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Straight up, big stretch. And from here, we're going to shift forward into pigeon pose on the right. So we're going to bring our right foot up towards the left hand. Drop the back knee and leg. And then just sit down into that pigeon pose, feeling that stretch in the hip and glute on the right side. Trying to work your ankle up as far as you can, trying to get it more in line with your knee. You'll feel that stretch a little bit more that way. Relax your shoulders down and breathe. If you want to come down to your forearms, you can, to relax down into that position. If you're not feeling it today, you're extra tight, you can just stay where you are. Okay, bring your hands back to the mat. We're going to tuck the back toes and lift the knee. Push into your leg to bring yourself into downward dog. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So lift the left foot up into the air as high as you can. And then we're going to shift forward, bend the knee, pull that left foot up towards the right hand. And drop your back knee down, sink down into pigeon pose. If you want to come down to your forearms, you can. That's good. Don't forget to breathe, taking those deep breaths, trying to relax into the position. Bring it back to your hands. Tuck the back toes, lift that knee, push into downward dog. Next up, bring the right foot up again, straight up towards the ceiling. And then this time when we shift forward and bring it through, we're going to bring it to the outside of the right hand. Once you get there, drop your back knee, untuck the back toes, and just sink your hips down as low as you can. Feeling that stretch in the front of the left leg and your hips. You might feel your hamstrings in your right leg as well. And then let's bring our right hand to the inside of the right leg and just kind of push into a twist. Push your hand into your leg and twist to open. Breathe. Bring your hand back down and bring your arm and hand to the outside of your foot. So you're framing your foot. We're going to shift our hips back over our back heel and straighten the front leg. You can put your hands down on the mat for support. Yep. Big hamstring stretch here. Just trying to straighten the front leg as much as you can. If you can pull your toes up towards your forehead, even better. Hold. All right, we'll bring it back forward. So bend the front knee, bring your hips forward more. You're gonna lift those hands off the ground, come up, bring them up by the ears. A couple breaths here. Bring your arms out wide, and then bring your hands to your low back, grab your wrist or intertwine your fingers, and then press your arms straight. Lift your chest, look up. All right, release that. Frame your foot. Tuck the back toes and lift the knee. We're going to push back into downward dog. Get there as best you can. Good. Pedal those feet. Take some deep breaths. We're going to do all of that on the other side. When you're ready, lift your left leg up, foot towards the ceiling. And then we'll swing it through and plant the foot. Drop the back knee. Untuck the toes. Push your hips down towards the mat. Big stretch. Might help to take your socks off. All right, using the left hand, you're going to push into your left leg to get a big twist. Open up, shoulders down. Good. Bring your hand down. Frame your foot. So one hand on each side of the foot. I'm going to shift the hips back into that hamstring stretch. So hips back over your heels. Straighten the front leg. Pull those toes up if you can. Just holding the floor for balance. Good. Shift forward. Get as far as you can. Hips as far forward as you can. Then we're going to bring those arms up. Biceps by the ears. Breathe. And then arms out wide. We'll bring those hands to the low back. Either intertwine your fingers or grab your wrists. Reach the arms straight. Lift your chest. And relax out of that. Bring your hands to the mat. We're going to go into downward facing dog. So tuck your back toes, lift the knee, push so that you can get both those feet back into down dog. Pedal your feet, take some deep breaths. You can always make your way back to child's pose if you need to reset or take a quick break. All right, from here, we're going to shift forward into plank position. So hips come down, shoulders over the wrists. We're going to slowly come down, tuck those elbows in at your sides. Come all the way to the mat, and then push up into big cobra or upward facing dog. For a big stretch in the front, shoulders away from the ears. And then come down. Now we're going to bring our arms out to a T position. We have scorpion position. So arms are out in a T, palms are down on the mat or on the ground. From here, we're going to lift the right leg up into the air and then cross it over to the other side. So we've got a big twist here. Yep. If you want a little bit more, you can bend your knee and try to get your foot to your hand and then lift your knee towards the ceiling, all while reaching through your right hand. You can rest your head on the ground. The goal here is to open up the hip, the right hip up towards the ceiling, but keeping your chest and shoulders more towards the ground. All right, we're going to slowly work our way back to our bellies. So inch your way, bring yourself to your belly, and then we'll do the other side. So lift the left leg up, cross it over to the opposite side, open up the left hip, reach through the left hand, breathe. Alright, slowly work your way back to your belly. Being really gentle and nice with your back. Alright, rest your head on your left forearm. So just bringing your left arm up so that you can rest your head down. We're going to reach around the right side to grab the top of the right foot. And then just pull it in. Pull that heel in towards you, trying to feel a quad stretch here. The main thing to think about is to squeeze your glutes, pushing the front of your hips into the ground. If you don't engage your muscles, you might not really feel the stretch. So really squeeze your glutes. Pull your heel in towards your hips. And relax. Swap sides, so rest your head on your right arm. Reach around the left, grab the top of your left foot, and pull it in and hold. That. Now we're going to try to do both sides at the same time for a bow stretch or position. So reach around if you can, grab the top of your right foot and the top of your left foot. If this is all you can do, that is okay. If you want to add a little bit more, you're going to press the tops of your feet into your hands to lift your chest and thighs off the ground. Keep pushing. Get into a bow position. Get those thighs off the ground. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and down. Relax your whole body on the ground. Let your shoulders round forward. Take some deep breaths. make our way to our backs. Go ahead and flip over however you want to. Once you're there, pull your knees into your chest. Roll around on your low back. You can rock side to side, forward and back. You can massage your low back with the ground. And then we'll plant the feet. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. You can use your right hand if you want to push your knee away, depending on how tight you are. If you find that your knee is really close into your ribs, you might want to push it away. We're going to reach around, grab the back of the left thigh, so we'll lift the left foot off the ground. You want to use both hands, you can. Once you have a hold of it, keep pushing your right knee away from you. Shoulders are back and down. Tuck your chin in and just hold. If you want to add some ankle rolls, you can. All right, drop your left foot to the ground. We're going to switch. Left ankle crosses over the right. Get in that nice position and then lift your right foot up. Grab the back of your leg. Once you have a hold of it, drop your shoulders, tuck your chin, and hold. Relax it down, plant both feet. We're going to go into our bridge position. So bring your hands down by your sides, palms down on the ground, shoulders down away from your ears. Think about pinching your shoulder blades together and poking your chest out. Both feet are planted. We're just going to lift the hips off the ground as high as you can. It's okay if you arch your back. Push hard into your feet. You'll feel your weight shift to your upper shoulders and your neck and head. Keep pushing high. A few more seconds. And down. You can reset if you want. We're going to do that one more time. This time, try to get even higher with your hips. Think about getting into working to get into a back bend position. We want to get that nice arch in our back, in our hips and legs. All right, lift up, push high, get your weight onto your shoulders. Once you get there, you can work your shoulders in together, pinching your shoulder blades together. Hips high. If you want to play around with your weight on your feet, you can pop up onto your toes. You can drop down to your heels and lift your toes up. You might feel the muscles working a little differently. A few more seconds. And come down. One more time with the knee hug. Pull them in. All right. Make your way up to a seated position. We're going to go with our legs out straight. Just going to do a forward fold from here. So feet are together. Try to pull your toes up towards your forehead so your legs are nice and engaged and straight. We're just going to walk forward, fold over the legs. If you can grab onto your calves, your ankles, or your feet, you can do that, trying to pull yourself farther into the stretch. Just breathe, and every exhale, try to stretch a little bit farther. And slowly come up. Now, I'm going to plant the hands behind us, maybe about 6 inches or so from your hips to your fingertips. Fingers are pointed towards your body. Spread your fingers wide, thumbs wide, everything's wide. Palms are down on the ground. We're going to press our arms straight. Push into the palms of your hands. Lift your chest. Pinch your shoulder blades. You should feel a nice stretch all in your wrist, forearms, biceps, shoulders, everywhere. In the arms and shoulders and chest. Keep lifting. Push hard into the floor. And then slowly come out of that. Bring your hands off. Do some circles with the wrist. Stretch that out a little bit. All right. Now we'll just go to an easy cross-leg position. I'm going to face towards you. So easy cross-leg. If you want to practice your lotus here, you can, if you can do a lotus. Half lotus, I'm sorry, I just saw comments about massages. You could do a half lotus where you cross the right ankle over the left thigh, or the other side if you want to practice getting into that a little bit more, or a full lotus where you cross both over, or just an easy cross-legged position. Either way, we're going to reach the left hand out to the side. Keep your booty on the ground, and we're just going to reach the right arm up and over and do a big side stretch. Really reach your arm straight. Keep your chest lifted and open. Breathe through the side of the belly. Come up, other side, reach the right hand out, keeping your booty on the ground, and left arm comes up and over, really keep it straight. Come up. All right, now both hands come in front. You can plant them on the ground in front of you, and then just walk them forward as far as you can into a fold. Tuck your chin down. All right, bring your hands to your knees and come on up with your upper body. Now, hands are on the knees. We're going to bring the shoulders in together. So go around your shoulders, spread your shoulder blades apart. If you want to tuck your chin down, you can. And then reverse that by opening up the chest. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Pull them down away from your ears. One more time, round. And open. And then back to just a neutral, normal position. We're going to go up and down this time. So bring them up towards your ears as high as you can. And then drop them down. Breathe out. And kind of move your head around, whatever feels good. One more time, lift them up. Big breath in. And then let it out, drop them down. Stretch your neck side to side. And head up. Shoulder rolls back, so big lift. Pull them back and then down. A few more. Rolls back. Last one. And then a few other direction. Forward rolls. Last one. And relax. All right. We are all finished for today. Thank y'all for joining. I hope you enjoyed, feeling good after a nice stretch. We will not have any classes the rest of this week, so I hope you all have a great new year, and I'll see you all next week. I'll have those videos posted today. All right. Namaste.